This is UMAR AHMED for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. Tommy Fury, last time I saw you was at your new place. Been a few months since you settled into your new place with Molly. How's life in general?
Yeah, life's good, just training, working hard but reaping the rewards, just living life really. Not much to it, especially not in my life. All I do is wake up in the morning, train, eat and sleep, that's it.
Down here for Ty Mitchell, unlicensed scene. Ty's cruising through it. He's kind of like an unlicensed star, and I know obviously Tyson's very close with him. Are you close with Ty as well?
Yeah. Ty caused major problems in the world of professional boxing. Let alone this unlicensed stuff. You breeze through this, no problem. But yeah, we're here showing our sport tonight, and God willing, no hiccups. He'll get through it, and he'll be the winner.
It's a bit of a shame what's gone on with Ty, really. As you said, a lot of people do think if he did get a licence, he would cause a lot of super middleweights or light heavyweights, a lot of problems, and the top ones as well. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, you've heard it off everybody, really, haven't you? All the top names have said it. But, hopefully he can get his pro licence and he can kick forward. And just big Tim there walking past. And, cause a few problems because he's a good fighter and he deserves it.
Shout out Tim, he's the main man in Team Fury. Any news on you, Tommy? I know you put something out on social media a couple of weeks ago, I think it was, saying there's some news coming. We haven't heard anything, so can you give us an update?
It's all I can really say is it's coming very, very soon. Very soon. So I can't really say too much at the minute, but I'm sure in the next couple of weeks everybody will be talking about it.
Obviously, we've had a lot of boxing, really, since its return. Have you been keeping up with it? What have you made of it so far?
Yeah, it's all been good. I mean, I don't like the crowd, no crowd sort of stuff. I mean, here tonight, obviously, there's no crowd. A game of snooker would be a bit louder, wouldn't it? But what can you do? It is what it is. It's a fight, whether there's a crowd there or not. We just got to get on with it and get out and show our sport.
Of course, a major talking point at the moment was Dillian Whyte's loss to Alexander Povetkin. Had the implications for your brother as well. Of course, he was mandatory at that point. What did you make of Povetkin's stunning knockout win, really?
I was always, knew that he could do that because the last thing to go is your power. Povetkin's, he was up at world level, still is at world level, as you seen the other week. And it just shows in heavyweight boxing, you've always got to be on top of your game because if you're not, one slip up, it's not like a lightweight or a super middleweight or a middleweight where you can take a right hand and come back from it. You're out in that division. It's game over, so you've always got to be on your game.
Were you surprised in the manner it happened, though? Because obviously Dillian was controlling the majority of the fight, had him down twice in the fourth, and then he just pulls out a perfect punch, really.
Not really, no, because it's like, even if you have your man down, anybody at that weight, even if they're spent and it's the 12th round, they've got nothing left, if they hit your chin, you're going over. Like, it's as simple as that. So you've got to be switched on for 12 rounds and 36 minutes. You've got to be switched on, and it just showed if you're not, what can happen to you. And, I'm sorry for Dillian Whyte, but, he's waited a long time, but even still, that's why he should have been more focused. And even before, the knockout, I feel like a little bit more lateral movement and that, wouldn't have gone amiss. But I'm sure he'll look back at the fight and he'll learn and he'll come back.
You said he should have been more focused. Do you think, because he was talking about Tyson quite a lot in the week and also the Joshua fight, do you think that played a part in his loss perhaps, Tommy?
I don't know, because at that level, they're all professional guys, like they're very professional. They're not going to go in there not prepped or not ready, but I feel like he was shouting, too much stuff about Tyson and, whoever else in the build-up to it. He should have been shouting one name, and that's Povetkin, because, at that level, he's one fight away from a world title shot. So I'd have got my head switched on Povetkin. I wouldn't have even entertained anybody else or entertained Instagram or Twitter or nothing like that. I'd have been solely focused on that because Povetkin is he's a top quality operator. He's been there with everybody, and it was in some ways, one of his hardest fights. That, and did he overlook it a little bit? I don't know, because he was training. He looked in good shape, but I don't know. It just shows that heavyweight boxing is different.
Seems like that's an obstacle removed now to get that Fury-Joshua fight on. Do you think we're closer to that now?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Wilder's going to do whatever he's going to do, but Tyson's ready. Tyson's king of the world. There ain't no one beating him. So if no one wants to fight, then anyone can get it, basically, because Tyson's the man, and he doesn't really... It's like a famous line what Conor McGregor said. If you're number one, who cares if you fight number two or number three? It doesn't really matter. It's just somebody in the ring at that night. And that's sort of the same position Tyson's in now. Like, he's number one, and it doesn't matter whether Wilder fights or not. If Joshua wants it, he can get it.
Spoke to him last week, your brother, at the Dubois show, actually, and he said to me that he believes Eddie and AJ are avoiding it, and they don't really want to fight him. And Eddie has come out and said that December we're ready to go. If we can get Pulev to step aside and Wilder's not ready for Fury, we can do that. Do you believe AJ and Hearn want that fight?
I don't know. I think Eddie and AJ, they've obviously worked great together over the years, but I do genuinely believe that both of them and everyone involved in their lives know that when AJ fights Tyson, that'll be the end of it. He won't be able to come back from it. So I think they're just getting as much money as they can out of Joshua, getting him the Pulev fights and all that, sort of easy fights, because it is. Pulev's as old as I can remember. He's not in the mix. There's only 3 heavyweights out there, and that's Wilder and Tyson. That's it. Tyson's on his own level. So I think they know when they fight Tyson, it's game over. So I think they're trying to cash as much as they can, and then obviously take the Tyson fight, and then it's game over, isn't it? They'll have a good few paydays out of the Tyson trilogy. I suspect it will be, and then it's over.
If Fury Joshua is made, do you think you'll have a word with your brother, try and get on the undercard?
I'd love it. So it'd be a love for me to do that. Love to be on the undercard, but at the end of the day, I'm making my own waves. I'm not trying to get on the back of anybody. Never have, never will. I'm going to do this the hard way and the right way. I don't care whether I've got a fight on the road, in a no crowd hall. I don't care what it is. It's a fight at the end of the day, and I'm not here for the glitz and glamour. I don't care how I've got to get to the top. I'll get to the top my own way, whether that's on the big shows or the small shows. I'm not interested one bit. I'm here to fight and I'm here to win, and that's it.
I know you said you got news coming soon, but how many times realistically do you think you can get out this year, Tommy?
I think when the news does come, I think everyone will be shocked. It's big news, and I'm just waiting on to be announced, really. But it's the biggest news I've had ever, really, since doing the whole Love Island thing, boxing, whatever. It's very big news.
Okay, I'm looking forward to this news now. What did you make of Frank Warren's poster to Eddie Hearn and Sky Sports, where he listed some of his best fighters, Eddie's best fighters, and basically saying, I want to work with you now?
Yeah, I think it's good at the end of the day, because why wouldn't you? There's no crowd in boxing now. The world's upside down. So why not give the fans sitting at home what they want? And, as you can see from the poster that came out, everybody wanted them fights. Everybody, would love to see them fights, including myself. So why not get it made and get it on at the end of the day? We're all fighters at the end of the day. We'll fight whoever. So get it on, but there's too much politics and crap in boxing now. For me anyway, there's too much bullshit. It's a fight, get in, there's going to be a winner, there's going to be a loser, get in and have a fight, and whatever happens. Everyone's too worried about image and, what's going to happen and where they're going to be left and all that sort of stuff. Just get in and have a fight. There's too much politics going on in boxing for me these days, but I don't know, you can't really speak for everyone, can you?
Well, one fight that caught everyone's attention in your division, actually, Anthony Yarde and Joshua Whyte. Do you like that fight? I think everyone does.
Yeah, it's a fan favourite fight, isn't it? They're both quality talents. Obviously, Yarde's been in there with Kovalev. Whyte's a great amateur. He's doing great in his career now, and it'd be a great fight. I couldn't even pick a winner because they both got so many strong points. You just have to see it and then find out who wins. But I hope it does get made. Not for me, but for the British public and the public around the world. 2 top quality operators going at it, and that's what the fans like to see. Nobody likes to see a one-sided horse race. At that level, after 12, 13 pro fights, or however many fights they've had, no one wants to see the other fella got binned off. They want to see good contests, and that's what I believe should get made.
To be fair, in this country, at 75, you've got like Lyndon Arthur, Shakan Pitters, so you're going to break through soon. Well early to mention you in there right now.
Yeah, of course, I've just started. I've had 3 pro fights. 10 amateur fights, but these guys, I see myself very up there in the near future because I back myself and I'm confident and I believe I can beat any man who I get in the ring with, and that's just in my blood. That's where I come from. Anybody who knows me knows I think that way. But out of them guys that you just mentioned, there's a lot of great fights to be made, but it's making the fights that's the problem most of the time. But I know out of the fighters you've just mentioned there, it's not going to be a problem for them. It's normally the promoter's side. You know what I mean? Because them fighters there, they're all game. I've sparred Lyndon, all that sort of stuff. Lyndon's a game man, and I know he's up for the fights. But it's just if they get made.
Can we just get a word on your dad's Instagram account as well? It's flying.
He's got 110k in a week.
Verified?
And a verified blue tick. My dad's flying. My dad's going to have 10 million followers in about a month.
See, you've been doing a lot of runs with him and your brother and the team as well.
Yeah, we're all just keeping fit. We've got lockdown's been hard enough, so we've got to try and swing it in a positive way. We've all been training as a team. We're the best team in the world. We work the hardest, we train the hardest. That's why we get the rewards. But we've got to make light of a bad situation, eh?
Absolutely. Well, listen, Tommy Fury, thank you for a bit of your time here on IFL TV, and I'm sure we'll catch up soon, all right? Look forward to the news as well.
Cheers, mate. God bless.